Welcome. This presentation's purpose is to familiarize you with the rationale for creating a gifted service plan at your school. We hope that you will see that creating a plan is a powerful tool for fostering discussion, making informed decisions, and communicating with stakeholders about how you serve gifted students. Today's slides are all related, and all related files can be found using the link on this slide. At our September meeting, we challenged gifted lead teachers with 3 goals intended to develop your capacity as a teacher leader and grow your school's capacity to meet the needs of gifted and talented students. We challenge you to lead a gifted teacher meeting about the needs of gifted students and the requirements of your delivery models. Next, we challenge you to redeliver GATE professional learning to your school. And finally, we ask you to engage with your school leadership to develop a gifted service plan for 23-24. Pause and take a moment to reflect on your progress meeting these challenges. What success can you celebrate? What obstacles have you overcome or currently face? What is your plan to accomplish these goals? So exactly what is a gifted service plan? It's a publicly available document which describes how your school meets the needs of gifted and high ability students. State law and Georgia DOE policy include multiple directives for local education authorities, or LEAs, to create, implement, and then communicate a plan to stakeholders for how they serve gifted students. Specifically, these policies require that LEAs describe how they differentiate instruction for gifted and talented students, and to identify the gifted delivery models they will use. We hope that schools will take this opportunity to evaluate and articulate the enrichment provided outside the classroom, and to address how the school develops the talents of all high ability students regardless of gifted identification. In 2015, APS selected the charter system operational model that allows greater flexibility in how districts and schools meet the needs of their students. Under this model, APS gives clusters and schools autonomy to make local decisions in some areas within the requirements of DOE policy. So some of the responsibilities of the LEA, in this case that's the district, are passed down to the school. Consequently, the responsibility for meeting state requirements for gifted and talented services now belongs to schools. Under the traditional operational model that we used prior to 2015, the Office of Gifted and Talented Education had control of everything in the green box. Our office created a gifted resource manual that set requirements for how schools must serve gifted students. Our office also allocated funds for gifted teachers and the enrichment programs that schools offered. However, with the adoption of the charter system model, schools now take a greater responsibility. With this responsibility, schools gain the freedom to meet the needs of their students in ways that are best suited to their community, signature program, and strategic goals. Consequently, the responsibility for all the items in the orange box now fall to schools. This includes communicating with stakeholders how they will meet the needs of gifted students. This is why we are encouraging schools to develop a gifted service plan. Developing a plan will establish a cycle that schools use to evaluate and adjust their gifted program each school year. First, it will motivate intentional, thoughtful discussion around how you currently serve gifted, identified, and high ability students. Then, you will use what you have learned to inform decisions regarding budgeting, hiring, scheduling, and other school-controlled decisions. At the end of the year, this process results in a school-specific plan to meet the Georgia DOE requirement for publicly available documentation of curriculum differentiation and accountability for the services required for gifted identified students. We hope that schools will develop a full plan but schools are not currently required to do so. Currently, schools are asked to address the needs of all students, including gifted ones, in their continuous improvement plan. My job today is to provide a rationale for developing a full plan and give you talking points that you can use with your leadership team to help them understand the need. Creating a plan requires the involvement of your school's leadership team and you as the gifted lead teacher. However, we recognize the time constraints in being a classroom teacher. So we want to make it clear to you that developing and writing the plan is not your primary responsibility. Your role is to educate and advise. Creating the plan is ultimately the responsibility of your school leadership team. These are all tasks that are a routine part of determining the needs of students and planning to meet those needs. We hope that schools will formalize this process for gifted services by writing a gifted service plan. OGATE's role is to provide guidance, resources, support, and feedback. At our November meeting, we gave our leaders time to consider some of the guiding questions to take back to school and discuss with their leadership team. Your gifted support teacher will follow up with you to schedule a time to discuss this with you and a member of your leadership team. As you develop your plan, you will have opportunities to submit your plan to OGATE for review and feedback. Additionally, we have developed several tools to help you along the way. Those include an updated gifted resource manual, a development guide for writing your plan, a template for describing how courses are differentiated, and an example of a fully developed plan. These resources are available in Google Drive. Go to the GATE Teacher Shared Drive and look in the Manuals and Guides folder. Here is a suggested timeline for developing your plan, receiving feedback from OGATE, sharing your plan with stakeholders. We believe this timeline will help schools align their plan's development with the district timeline for budget, hiring, and schedules for the upcoming school year. Pause the video and take a moment to review this timeline. In closing, let's return to the 3 challenges. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today and how it will impact your work towards these goals. In particular, how will you take this information back to your leadership team and help them see the need to develop a plan? In our November meeting, gifted lead teachers were given 2 hours to consider some guiding questions and identify areas where the input of school leadership is needed. You can find those guiding questions in Google Classroom in the assignment Guiding Questions for Developing Your Service Plan. You won't know the answers to all of these questions. Use these questions to help identify items to discuss with your leadership team. If you have not already done so, please complete the assignment in Google Classroom to receive feedback from your support teacher. I hope this presentation has helped to illuminate the reasons why a gifted service plan is needed. We hope you will take this information back to your leadership team and start discussion around developing a plan. These slides and all resources from the November 30th GTU are available at the link at the bottom of this slide. Thank you for your time and attention. And as always, please contact your gifted support teacher for assistance. Their names and assigned schools are listed here.